Kuya Noel, Ate Roselyn, when things get hard, emotionally or financially, what keeps you going?
What
Okay.
keeps me going is the focus to our why. Why did we start this
Yeah.
business? So that is not lost. It's in the forefront of my mind. We started this business because of our family. We want to give back to our family to make sure that we take care of our family and support them.
Welcome to Why Did You, the show where we uncover the powerful stories of Filipinos around the world who rose beyond limits and made a mark through their journey. This is not just about success, it's about the struggles, the sacrifices, the turning points, and the faith that shaped who they are today. Because behind every achievement is a story worth learning from and a journey worth sharing. Get ready to be inspired, to reflect, and to discover the reason behind their journey. This is Why Did You?
Some businesses are built for profit, others are built from the heart. Today on Why Did You? We sit down with Noel and Rosalyn Samonte, owner of Home Matters Caregiving, Napa, California. From her roots in the Philippines to building a purpose driven home care business in America, their stories about faith, family, and service. This is not just entrepreneurship, this is compassion in action. This is Noel and Rosalyn Samonte, and this is Why Did You? Hello, everyone. This is Why Did You with Arnel Arrieta. And our guests for tonight, Kuya Noel and Rosalyn Samonte of Napa Valley, California. Say hi and hello to our viewers and listeners. Go ahead po. Kamusta?
Hello, viewers of Arnel. We consider ourselves privileged to be invited here in this podcast, and we hope we would be able to satisfy curiosities, especially with entrepreneurs here in this part of the world. It's a Bay Area. What about you, my wife?
Well, welcome to Arnell's podcast, and it's a privilege to be invited in this podcast and to share all about how we started and how are we going to progress in this venture of ours.
All right. Thank you very much. And I'm sure everybody's excited to hear your wonderful journey and story about the business that you guys started. Let's start. I have
Okay.
some questions
Yes,
here,
yes.
Ate and Kuya. Take us back to the Philippines. What was your childhood like? And what values from your family shaped you, who you are today?
Wow, that's a very loaded question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so taking you back to the Philippines as I was growing up. Growing up, I came from a middle class family. My mom is a court stenographer in SSS. My dad is also a loan manager with SSS salary loans department. In growing up, I've always have instilled in me the values of perseverance that we we will succeed no matter what you do. Hard work, going to school, doing good in school is what will take you or what will make you who you are in the future, right? And we migrated actually at the age of 15 years old. Our
Mm-hmm.
family migrated to Toronto, Canada.
Canada, the first stop.
The first stop. I stayed there for 10 years and then I said I've
Mhm.
had enough of snow.
Lamig.
I got a job in San Francisco as a assembler programmer in computer. My degree is in computer science and I have a master's in business and project
Wow.
management is my minor. I was by myself at the age of 21, moved to San Francisco, and I was a consultant for a bank, for a financial company. So I've always been in a financial industry for the past 40 plus years of my life. And my husband and I actually, when you talk to him, he's going to say, I was the one that pursued him, right? Of course, always me, right?
No, I'm changing my story.
I'm the one that pursued him. So we met. He used to own a restaurant here in Solano County. So we met there, and then the rest is history, right?
Mm.
We've been married for about 27 plus years. And
Congratulations.
we celebrated, thank you, and we celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary in Boracay in the Philippines. Yeah. So that's how we started. That's
That's
where
how-
we started, and that's how my background is from the Philippines. I've always been the goody daughter that's making sure that I don't skip classes. I have to have good grades and always bringing home the straight A's and just worried about that. That's me. Go ahead.
Saan po
Yeah,
kayo
ikaw.
lumaki?
Ikaw pa rin nagkakwento. Very tempting to say that I had a special upbringing in that we did not have money. Kasi ang mga parents ko, they came both from the province. So, although they met in Manila and we were born and raised in Manila, values namin sa probinsyanong parents.
Saan pong probinsya, Kuya Noel?
Ang father ko Ilocos Norte, mother ko Pangasinan, both from the north.
From the north.
Oh, so pwede ako magsalita Ilocano, pwede ako magsalita ng Pangasinan. Tagalog din po. Anyway, ayun nga, we didn't grow up with a lot of money to spare. Although, hindi ko na masyadong kinikwento yun kasi I found out through the years na a lot of us, especially my generation, would have the same story. Anyway, so I was fortunate to have been able to enter UP. Well, actually, UP High ako and then college sa University of Philippines sa Diliman. And doon ko nakuha yung values ko in terms of yung political beliefs ko. So, fortunately or unfortunately, it influenced a lot of things that I did during college and the years after. Anyway, circumstances ko forced me to migrate to the United States with the intention of coming back immediately. But that did not happen. Business na procure kami, isang restaurant that made me decide to stay on. And so, that's what we did. Doon nga sa sinabi ng misis ko kanina, that was where we met. So, we were going through some episodes that were not too easy. Challenging episodes in our lives that I think was the reason why we got together. Yung similarity of the situation. Anyway, so one bond that got us closer together was yung nakilala namin ang Panginoon during that time, during those challenging days. Ang dami naming na-discover about relationships, not only with us as magsyota, pero with the Lord most especially. And doon nag-umpisa yung journey namin which led to a wedding a year after. And then that was it. We decided to embark on another restaurant different from what I started with some of my partners. And then 2 years after, ano na ba?
Craving something sweet, savory, and satisfying? Kuya Arnel's cooked sweet pork sausage is your new go-to. Fully cooked, perfectly seasoned, and made with love. Just heat, serve, and enjoy. Available now on Amazon. Taste the tradition.
Yeah, marami na kami naging business ventures. Pero ang puso ng asawa ko, even from the beginning, always yung to give back sa community. Ang heart niya talaga is for the senior or the mature the mature individuals in the community. So ito na lang latter part.
Sinasabi ng misis ko yun because she is familiar with some stories na nangyari sa akin in the Philippines. May nainkwentro akong isang matanda sa kalye. Kinuha ko at inalagaan ko. Yung mga ganon, those were things that came naturally with me na parang kailangan gawin ko to dahil sa hindi ko alam kung what was the motivation. It was just that it seemed like that was the thing to do. So lang episodes taking care of old people. When I was an owner of that restaurant in Vallejo. There were several old people that I took care of together with my sister. I had a sister who she passed away 2017. Dalawa, we took care of them without expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm not trying to lift, but that was the story. That
Yeah.
was the story.
Actually, that
Yeah.
was my second question. It's about when you're growing up, the culture when caring for elders is part of the family. And question ko talaga is how that influence that kind of business na yung itatayo po ninyo or tinayo ninyo. So there was an incident pala na
Yeah.
there was an elderly that you helped, that you assisted. Mahirap naman mag-alaga ng pasyente pag hindi bukal sa kalooban mo, di po
Yeah.
ba?
Totoo.
If you are thinking
Totoo.
just about the money, it's going to be very difficult for you to perform your job. But
Mhm.
if you care for the people, especially the elderly who lost their sense of hearing, their sight, their taste, and you have the patience and the compassion. Yun po talaga yung word eh. The word compassion really makes a difference. Based sa nakwento nyo, na hindi nyo kakilala or a stranger that you took care of, ano na yun, guaranteed na pag nagtayo kayo ng hospitality business or care business na katulad nito na binild nyo, magiging natural lang para sa inyo talaga. What was the hardest part of leaving the Philippines and starting over in the United States or in Canada as an immigrant po?
This will sound cliche, pero leaving family is the hardest part. That was the reason for the tears that flowed from me leaving the Philippines. The circumstances there were that it was not a joyful leaving, it was a forced leaving of the country, and without any assured makikita ka pa uli ang mga kamag-anak. And true enough, that was the last time I saw my father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He passed away when I was here and I couldn't return. I couldn't go back. Oh no, I did.
You
I did
did.
attend his funeral, but I was not there when he was still alive.
Ako naman,
Go ahead po ate.
ang pinakamahirap sa akin is yung teenager na no? Teenager na kami nung umalis. Ayaw naming umalis na magkakapatid. May mga kaibigan na ang mommy daddy ko aalis nga, but we have to go with them. So ang pinakamasakit sa akin is yung leaving your friends and your relatives and your you're basically kinalakihan mo. Ang hirap mag-adjust. Ang daming adjustments lalo na sa Canada, sa Toronto. Besides the weather, culture shock in a way na talagang you either make it or break it. At the age of 16, trabaho ako sa McDonald's.
Yes.
While going to school during the days, nagtatrabaho ka kasi kailangan tumulong ka sa nanay at tatay mo dahil ang nanay at tatay mo try din nilang humanap ng trabaho para sa amin na pamilya. Nahirapan ng daddy ko na humanap ng trabaho. Actually, siguro 3 to 6 months siyang walang trabaho. Ang mami ko agad ang nakahanap ng trabaho. So, ako nagtrabaho, pero lahat ng sweldo ko binibigay ko sa nanay ko para makatulong sa aming pamilya. Ganon din yung mga kapatid ko. Mahirap, talagang mahirap dahil wala ka sa comfort zone mo eh. You are not in your country. No matter what people say,
Yes.
I still, for me I'm speaking for myself. I still call the Philippines my home.
Yes, that's really true. Totoo po yun talaga. From the previous mga interviews, we could say that's our house, but there's always one home. Lang, no?
Exactly.
And Ate Rosalyn, your parents are still around?
No, my dad passed away in May 23rd, 2006 in Toronto, Canada. My mom is with us, still living with us, and she has late onset dementia. She's been with us for 7 years. Naisip mo nga, di ba tinanong mo kanina, bakit kami nag-embark at our age, it's very counterintuitive. Nag-start kami ng business na to. Alam mo, sa umpisa, talagang mahirap. Sinabi mo, kung wala ang puso mo sa business na to, kung walang puso, wag mo nang umpisahan.
Papasukin.
kung ang habol mo lang pera, mangyayari at mangyayari na lalabas at lalabas kung ano yung nasa puso mo. So kaming mag-asawa, talagang in-internalize ko na. Kasi si Noel ang unang talaga na touch. Nag-umpisa yan nung nakakita siya ng matanda sa Pilipinas, nagdadala ng yero para bubong. Sinakay niya, dinala niya sa dapat niyang puntahan na talagang malalaman mo merong puso siya para sa mga elderly. Ako naman,
Yes.
kahit na nasa Canada na ako, ang lolo't lola ko nasa Pilipinas on my mother's side, dalan ko pa rin sila ng pera, padalan ko ng kung ano nilang gusto. Doon pa rin yung pag-aaruga.
Mhm.
Tapos yung sa nanay ko ngayon, pag-aalaga sa kanya. Tapos sa mother-in-law ko, who passed away at the age of 102, inalagaan naming mag-asawa rin. Si Noel pumupunta ng San Diego para alagaan siya. Talagang, alam mo, makikita mo
At least you
sa
get a
day-to-day.
chance to do
Yeah.
it. Di ba ba?
Sa day-to-day, makikita mo yung mga, sana ma-realize ng mga younger generation na marami ding binigay ang matatanda.
Get your crunch on with Kuya Arnel's pork chicharrones. Crispy, airy, and exploding with flavor. This is the real deal snack you didn't know you needed. Grab yours on Amazon today.
This conversation is getting deeper, and which I'm so glad to hear about what had happened to you guys. Was there a defining moment or personal experience specifically that made you choose home care as your business? And I believe there are businesses more on hindi naman po parang nursing home po, di ba? Could you please explain
Hindi.
it to us? And why do you choose the home care as your business, not just as a job, but as a mission?
Ang home care is different from care home, and it's different from home health. Home care is providing caregivers to people who want to age in their homes. Na nagkakaroon ng deterioration in terms of taking care of oneself, so that if you don't have assistance, you will be forced to go somewhere in a facility that would help you. Pero to prolong your stay in your home, I'm sure almost everybody would want to stay at home. So there's this program, or itong klaseng ko na to, service, wherein you provide the caregivers para tumagal sila sa bahay nila. So not only seniors that would like to stay at home, there are seniors here who stay in independent living facilities who would also need a caregiver. So ayun yung kliyente namin. Those people who can still do some things but need a little care in terms of taking care of themselves. So we provide the caregivers. Ayun yung business.
Was there
A defining moment.
or specific or
Okay.
personal experience
Well,
other than what you told us?
kung particularly about this business, there was no defining moment.
No.
Well, first of all, syempre, there was the feeling of wanting to do something after retirement, which would still boost yung income namin in terms of retirement money. Nag-iisip kami ng business, and because of the things that we realized from the past, yung sinasabi ni Ross na this old man with yung yero, bringing it to his shanty, until yung time na inalagaan ko na yung ko for a time, but my sister had to take over later on sa San Diego. And then continuing this, kasi I cared for my mom. We enrolled in IHSS. I don't know if you're familiar with IHSS. It's a county-based program. Most counties in the United States have this. It's in-home support service. And ang ginagawa ng kwan na yun is they provide funding so that yung mga matatanda can avail of hours para ma-aan sila ng mga caregivers. So children are allowed to be the caregiver. And so that's where I started. Afterwards, the program reached out to me when my mom went to San Diego. Reached out to me, sabi, would you like to continue what you're doing? And I didn't find anything wrong with it. I didn't find any difficulty doing that. And so ayun, I cared for a lot of people. Ayun, those were the things that told me and my wife that maybe we can have a go of this business kasi hindi repugnant sa amin na mag-alaga ng matatanda.
I don't want to say difficult, no? Kasi nagiging attached ka na rin sa mga pasyente mo kasi
Yeah.
araw-araw mo silang kasama eh. You eat with them, you take care of them, you see them wake up, and you see them like go to bed. That is one difficult part of our
Yeah.
job, especially po sa inyo. Nakita nyo how they run their day.
Classic never tasted this good. Habit Pork Cracklings delivers that old school crunch with modern flavor. No fluff, just crispy, protein packed perfection. Hit it up on Amazon and stock up now.
Mhm.
Ate Rosalyn, I have a specific question for you. When you hire your people or your staff, ano yung unang-unang requirement na tinitignan mo sa isang employee mo or caregiver?
Ang unang-una kong tinitingnan sa caregiver or sa empleyado namin is, of course, yung honesty. First and foremost, nasa database siya ng California Department of Social Services
Okay.
na pumasa
Mhm.
siya sa fingerprinting, yung background check niya. Tsaka
Background check, yes,
yung
that's very important.
background, maraming dasal. Kasi hindi mo na first time mong makita yung tao, 'di ba? Tapos
Yes.
i-ha-hire mo na siya, aanuhin mo, kailangan mo ng caregivers, right? So, yung dasal na ito ba talaga Lord ang pinadala mo, ganyan. Karaniwan, alam mo, sa maniwala ka sa hindi o sa ibang nakikinig, talagang dumadating yung sa tamang time, yung tamang tao na kailangan mo. Pero yung gut feel mo, nandun yung pag-hire. Sa
Oo.
pag-hire sa tao, reliability ba? Ano ba, yung
Correct.
dadating ba to sa first shift o hindi? Pag hindi na wala na, ikaw na ang caregiver. So,
Yes.
so to answer your question, short and summary is, gaano ba ka-reliable itong taong to? So, yung mga questions,
Yes.
mga probing questions, yun. At saka yung definitely kailangang pumasa sila sa fingerprinting, background check.
Mhm.
Kasi pagkakatiwala mo sa kanila yung senior, di ba? Yung mature adult.
Yes, yes. This is not a commodity or a product that pag na-reject,
No.
you could do it again. Ang galing naman po. Kuya Noel,
Mhm.
if I may ask, you could tell me or not, mga ilan, estimate lang po, mga ilan na po yung mga staff po na.
Oh, si Ross makakasagot niya. May 12 na ba?
Meron na, mga ganun. Mga
So
siguro
kung
nasa,
it's more than 10, then busy na po yan. Usapang business, we talk about the payrolls, we talk about the overtime, we talk about the
Yeah.
cash flow. If the time comes or the scenario calls for it, and you have so many clientele or patients na kailangan mo serbisyuhan, at yung caregivers mo or yung mga staff mo is not enough to attend to the needs of your patients, ano pong gagawin po ninyo?
alam mo, tinanong na yan nung kauna-unahan naming pasyente. Not pasyente, kliyente. I will call them clients.
Kliyente.
So,
They are clients.
sabi niya, paano pag dumami na, anong gagawin mo? Alam mo, ang na-instill na philosophy sa aming mag-asawa, from the very first from the very first client na we have, ano mo siya inalagaan, kailangan all the way through. Ganon ang ibibigay mong pag-aalaga.
Yes.
So, pag marami na sila,
Patients first talaga.
yeah, pag marami na sila, pero kulang ang tao mo, anong gagawin mo? Magandang problema yun. So, to answer your question, magandang
Arnel.
magandang
Yes, Kuya.
magandang
Yes, that's a
problema
good
yan,
problem.
pero kailangan isipin mong mabuti kung kaya mo ba talagang alagaan silang lahat.
Pero actually, may structures kami in place. Business was designed not to take care of 10, 20. It is designed to take care of even hundreds of clients. So it will be systems that will assure us and everybody else that we will be able to take care of them. When I say systems, unang-una, we have pillars that we set up that we abide by. Unang importante sa akin is the caregiver is our customer. We treat our caregivers as the customers, not saying that they are more important than the clients, but it's saying that it is good for us to take care of caregivers first for us to be able to render that good service to the clients. And so we provide them with the hours that they need. We provide them with a fair paycheck. We provide them with the encouragement, giving them incentives to do good, and
Huh.
our good relationship. We are also nurse guided, as my wife said. We have a nurse on board, and this is not usual for other agencies to take. But that's part of the structure that will give us confidence that our caregivers will give good service. But not only our caregivers, but we can pay attention to our clients 24/7 actually with technology that we use together with the nurse. Other things, ano ba, yung doing well by
Purpose.
doing good, we
Yeah.
expose ourselves. We expose ourselves in the community to like what we do. We give lectures, we support programs that
Alzheimer's. Yeah.
support seniors, etc. That's only not about marketing, but also showing to the community what is good for us to do for the seniors. Tapos, yung silang was
Continuous
about
improvement, continuous improvement of our caregivers. Purpose driven.
continuous improvement of the systems. Yeah, purpose
Yeah.
driven. Purpose driven is only saying that we don't only pay attention to the 5 essential activities of seniors. What is more important is seeing to their social health, seeing to their examples of that would be our caregivers encouraging them to get connected with family. Sometimes they don't. Playing games with them, taking them out for sun, and going beyond what usually is the concern of other agencies. So, well, most of us, of just taking care of how they eat, how they, change their clothes, etc.
Exercise.
It goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Exercise and stuff.
Holistic, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because I started answering your question about what would you do kung masyado ng madami ang
Madami.
kliyente. We have structures in place, and we are hands-on, by the way, and people take notice of that when we do assessments. Mag-asawa pumupunta, and we are the ones who reassure the clients that you will get the care that you will need, that you will never be without a caregiver. Kung hindi makakadating yung regular caregiver nyo, there will be somebody. Because we call them first responders, and those are essential employees, because they are the ones who would take over kung hindi makapunta ang caregiver na assigned for that particular shift.
Yeah.
So
Nangyayari yan
these are
talaga.
things that are in place so that we can take care of with
The many
utmost
clients that are coming.
with intentionality. So anyway,
Yes.
I hope that answered your question.
Yes, Kuya, yeah. At least you're structured, you have buttons to push when those
Yes.
things happen.
I guess you can say that. yeah.
Right? And everything is in order. You answered it perfectly. Everything is in place and in order. My next question is, ito po maganda. Kuya Noel, Ate Roselyn, when things get hard, emotionally or financially, what keeps you going?
What
Okay.
keeps me going is the focus to our why. Why did we start this
Yes.
business? So that is not lost. It's in the forefront of my mind. We started this business because of our family. We want to give back to our family, to make sure that we take care of our family and support them, right? And then the second thing is giving back to the community. My husband and I have the heart to care, and I believe that it has been showing to most of the clients that we have that we do care. We're very hands-on, husband and wife team. We truly believe that this company is going to grow with the right leadership with us, meaning our nurse, our administrator, our caregivers. Our caregivers, without them, there's no Home Matters caregiving, right? Our nurse and our administrator, all of them. As we grow this business, we would love for them to grow with us. But that's it. The why forefront is our family and all that. And most of all, when it happens, the difficulty, it's there. You would want to quit right away. You want to give up. You want to throw in the
Yes.
towel. the main focus. Who do we run to? Maybe people would think it's so cheesy or whatever. My husband and I, he reminds me that God is in control. He is in control of everything.
Yes.
That nothing is impossible with him. So with him, this business will grow because he is with us.
Very well said po. Kuya Noel.
What keeps me going? There are a lot of challenges. In fact, when I say challenge, it's not only about the difficulty of circumstances. There is also the challenge of our relationship, my wife and myself. To say that we do not fight is, of course, hypocritical and untrue. We do have those arguments, sometimes heated. Pero what keeps me going is I know of the experience in our past. We've gone through a lot of these things, and I can say that because we did, it strengthened. It has strengthened. It is still strengthening our relationship. Even if we had a big fight, well, at least ako, I'm not talking for you, my dear, pero alam ko na it will be resolved. Yung sinasabi ni Ross kanina about going to him, that's part of the faith that has grown because of the answered prayers in the past. And when I say answered prayers, hindi imagined answered prayers. So these are specific things that have happened that could not have happened if it did not come from the Lord. And I think he makes sure that you know that it came from him. So these are the things that keep me going. It's like I'm on the side of good. If God is for you, who can be against you? So that's what keeps me going. The experience of the past,
Yes.
and I'm thankful too for the challenges because it continues to
Yes.
strengthen us, and it makes the activities and the relationships dynamic. It makes it interesting.
Marami pong mapupulot yung mga manonood natin yung sa mga sinabi yung dalawa. Napakagaling po.
Oh,
From
thank
the
you.
very experienced entrepreneur, from restaurant to food business and now sa caregiving. Very seasoned entrepreneur po itong mga kausap po natin ngayon, so makinig po kayo mabuti.
Crunchy, bold, irresistible. Habit crispy fried chicken skins brings the heat with real chicken and serious flavor. Low carb, high crunch. Snack smarter, snack habit. Find it now on Amazon.
Looking ahead, what kind of legacy do you want to live?
Very
Go ahead,
no?
ate.
Very heavy question, ha? Legacy. What I would like for people, including my son and my future grandchildren and my daughter-in-law, what legacy I want to live, for them to remember me, my husband and I, that we do care and love the elderly, that they are not just a burden in this society. They have poured their life into us, all of us, because all of us have grandparents, great-grandparents, or older adults, parents, right? That we did love them when they were younger, but when they grow old and smelling differently, do you mean you're gonna hate them? No. What legacy I would love to live with everyone that knows me is that, hey, Rosalind may come across like she's snobbish and she comes across na malakas ang dating, right? Very confident. I want them to remember me that I do have a soft heart and I do have a soft side that cares for individuals that have poured into our lives. That's what I want people to remember me by.
Kuya Noel.
So I'm a very strong advocate for a strong family in relationships within. I believe that a society is strong if the families are secure as a family. And I believe that Satan's most potent weapon against God is destroying the structure of family. And we see, and I don't have statistics to prove this, but I think we see the most harmful relationships in a society where the families are not intact. So anyway, because of my belief in that, I have tried to inculcate in my son this value of family. I think he was sensitive to it, and I think most of it he absorbed, so that even us taking care of our parents, although that is something that we really like to do, but that is also something that I want him to see, and not only for self-interest, that he would take care of us. In fact, di naman namin talaga ini-expect yon, and then we have set aside things so that we can be cared for without him having to go through a lot of challenges himself. But for him to see the value of the relationships from the generation of his grandparents to his children, ayun ang gusto kong i-leave na legacy, but that is because I'm honoring of the Lord's wishes and desires for his people. People are strong in him, not only as individuals, but because they have support from a family that is balanced and strong.
Alright. Napakaganda po. Nang pinaint yung picture ng mundo ninyo, yun kayo maaalala, yun yung mga iiwanan ninyo. This is my last question. If there's this one person that you want to say thank you to, nakalimutan mo mag-thank you, or hindi mo nasabihan ng thank you, sino po yun, Kuya Noel?
My dad. I completely lost that value of family when I was growing up sa Philippines. And that was mostly the time that I should have been able to relate with him. I had no strong relationship with my dad. He had no strong relationship with his dad as well. So I guess wala siyang model to frame the way he related with me.
Yes.
But I don't blame him for that. I grew up as an adult, and yet I did not take that initiative to do it. And I'm realizing now, not only realizing, I'm desiring for me to be able to talk with him and to thank him for what he did, which he did not have to do. So I'll cause it through the Lord. Lord, I pray that when it's my time to go, that I be reunited with my dad so that I can say thank you, which I owe to him. I owe him my life and those things that he did for me. And so I'd like to be able to do that, Lord, for me to see my dad in the next life, to say thank you.
Ate Rosaline, who do you want to say thank you to? And if they're not here anymore, or if they're here, please say your thanks.
You know, for me, and I know my husband and whoever's going to hear this will be very surprised too. I also would like to thank my dad. No matter what he's like when he was here on earth, right? No matter what he's done, he is still my dad. He is a man of a few words. I would like to thank him because siya well equipped when he was growing up. He was also probably grasping on how he will bring up a family, right? Or how should he react. So whatever he's done, I want to thank him. I want to also forgive him for whatever happened, and I just wanted to thank him because he was inept. He did not have what we already know now of what God is all about, right? He did not have that relationship with God, and I wish he had. But I want to thank him because without him, I wouldn't be here, right? And at the same token, I wanted to thank my mom, no matter what. She's still my mother. She is here still, and I love on her. We have fights, we have that. It's not a perfect relationship, but
Go ahead.
Dad, thank you for everything that you've done, good or bad, indifference. You're still my dad, and thank you for everything, because without you, I won't be here.
Very well said po. Thank you very much, Ate Rose. Napakaganda po nitong interview natin. Pakarami pong matututunan ng mga viewers natin for our tonight's episode. Please give us your last message and please shout out your business.
My husband is in tears. So to everyone that's watching this podcast, I just wanted to thank you for the time that you have given to us to listen to our story, and we appreciate it. It is Home Matters because home do matters to everybody. It is an in-home caregiving agency with a heart. We are very hands-on. It's not just lip service what we're doing. We are doing it for the benefit of everyone else around there. We want to give to the community, and let our seniors or our grandparents and parents lead a dignified life in their twilight years. We can do that together. We can collaboratively give a care plan that is from the heart.
Alright. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Ate Rose. Kuya Noel, any last message, please? Go ahead.
Actually, ang feeling ko is we might have sounded like we were pontificating or di kaya self-righteous or stuff like that. These things that we have shared with you comes from the heart, and we went through experiences that give us the feeling that we can talk about it with truthfully, in a way where naging self-righteous kami.
No, no.
We are very sincere in these things that we say because we went through experiences and we went through a relationship with the Lord that affirmed these things that we shared with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kuya Noel, Ate Rose. Thank you very much. Entrepreneurship is not always about growth. Sometimes it's about giving. Kuya Noel and Rosalind Samonte's journey reminds us that the strongest businesses are built on values, faith, and service. From the Philippines to Canada and to Napa, their story proves that when your why is clear, impact naturally follows. This is Why Did You, where we don't ask just what you do, we ask why you do it. Again, this is Ernel Arrieta, and see you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye.